What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Business of Strength podcast. I'll be your host today, Dan Goodman, and I have a short and quick, actionable episode for you. Being that we're running and growing gyms, we're dealt the same cards as many of you, and it makes the teaching and education that happens here at the Business of Strength in real time. It's super applicable. We've been going in on Five Diamond service and hospitality because what we are serving is hospitality. What we are serving is service, very similar to that of a restaurant, country club, things of that nature. Yes, the vehicle is strength and conditioning, but if you want to charge premium rates, which all of you who listen to this probably do or should be or want to be, you need to professionalize the service that you provide your clients. And we had an instance recently where that got put to the test. So I want to talk to you about that and what we did and the really cool result that occurred as a result of it. But before we get into today's episode, I have to remind you that we've got Weight Room Wealth right here in our backyard. Hotel Nyack on Thursday. It'll be Varsity House Gym HQ, where I'm recording this episode on Friday. We've got some awesome guests. Myself, Joe, Big Mike will all be presenting. Adam, Becca is having their second child, so we're still seeing where he's at. Maybe he's here, maybe he's not. But our whole crew will be here, and friends that are joining us. We've got Hanse coming up. We've got John Alex, we've got our guy Mike Lisi, and Angelo Gingerelli. All will be guest presenters. The curriculum for the 2 days will be in the show notes. We've got an awesome social happening on Thursday night. And yeah, when we do events, we do them right. The food is great, the social's great. We spend a lot of time and money curating fantastic guest speakers who we think are going to add a tremendous amount of value to this. And if you're a gym owner, personal trainer, strength coach, or want to be, this one's all about money. What to do with it, how to invest it back into your business, your career, how to prioritize marketing. If you're somebody who leads team, how to get them to understand the money in your business and what they can do beyond the floor to help themselves make more and help you make more so everybody wins. So without further ado, here is today's lesson. So in real time, this is in Orangeburg. We are doing some spring cleaning. This facility already, it's crazy, is nearly 12 years old. Crazy. And we've had to do some things along the way. We had to replace the turf. We've redone the front entranceway, and each and every year we'll put aside some budget and do something to freshen up the facility. Nothing crazy. Recently, we just painted and put new lighting in the front entranceway. We just painted the hutch. If you've been here before, we painted it white and black. We're going to hang up new posters. We are prioritizing the pods, so we're getting some new weights, we're getting some new racks, we're swapping out some old gear and just freshening the place up. We got some brand new huge TVs with warm-ups and announcements. It looks good. But as you know, if you've ever done any sort of remodel, um, it can get a little hectic. There's trash, there's garbage, there is well, trash and garbage, same damn thing, but it could be dusty, it could be a little bit of a mess. And a couple weeks ago, um, it was right. Like we went through, we got a new cleaning company. Cleaning company's doing a fantastic job, but we had left some stuff out. And we had yet to do the spring high clean, um, on the fans and the windows, and that gets done every year. It's just got backed up a couple extra weeks from when it usually happens because we were prioritizing the change and the swap out. And a client who I won't mention by name, who's been a client here for a year or two and never says anything negative, sent an email that was just like, hey, look, we spend good money to train at this gym, and the fans are dirty, the windows are dirty, and the place has been and it wasn't really bad, but the place has kind of been in disarray. And like we as clients, like we expect more. And as a younger gym owner, I might look at that and go, "Are you kidding me? Like, how much cleaning and pre-shift, post-shift, like we're doing this for you." And I might have been upset. And I'm not saying that when I saw the email come through that it didn't trigger me for a second. However, feedback is a gift. And once I recognize that, it's like, you know what? She's right. Like we've had bulk training gear in the corner over there. That machine's been broken. The high clean usually happens when the pollen happens, right? It happens usually 2 to 3 weeks earlier. We haven't done it yet. The door's been open. It blows leaves into the building. So what do we got to do? We got to vacuum more frequently. And it's just some things that slip through the cracks. And it wasn't derogatory, the message at all. And in years past, I might have let um, like our business coordinator, Erica, respond to that. Oh, so sorry. Like, we're, going, we're going to handle it for you. Sorry for that. This time I decided to say, you know what? Like, I see the message. I know what's going on. Let me support the crew and the team and let me address it with speed, empathy, and acknowledge that the feedback is a gift and we're going to do something about it immediately. And what we did subsequently thereafter is we scheduled the high clean, we scheduled the steam clean, and we scheduled the contractor to finish the work. Like, we got to get this done and we got to get it done now. We let the person know. We also sent the person a gift, like thanking them for that feedback, because what they could have done and what most people do is they say, you know what, I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide. It's just like, you know what, I'm paying like $400 a month for this shit. And I don't know. Like, it's not for me. I'm just going to leave. And what they'll end up saying is schedule, price, but it's not that. It was just the compiling effect of multiple things getting on their nerves to a point where they don't want to say anything about it because they don't want to ruffle any feathers or hurt any feelings, and they just move on. Whereas this person had the guts to actually let us know it was bothering them, which was probably bothering another 50 people, but they're the only one that had the guts to let us know. And the interesting thing was our attrition in April was the highest. Well, as this transition was happening and the construction was happening, our attrition, I don't know if it's true or not, but our attrition was the highest it had been in the last 6 months. Coincidence? Who knows? But hopefully we've recovered enough to where that instance, we thanked her, we gave her a gift, we acknowledged in person, and she was like, wow, like you guys responded to this with such speed, and the velocity in which we handled the problem was the most key. And I think, we've been on one, which I said in the beginning of the episode, of learning from, I heard on Patrick Bet David's podcast, the founder of Ritz-Carlton, his name is, wrote it down, Horst Schultz, an amazing podcast. You should all listen to it. We just recently read Hospitality, I believe, by Preston Lee, really good one. And I don't know who said it, but they talked about if you're in a leadership position and you see somebody have an issue or a complaint, responding to it with such speed and like disdain for it, like an example would be, hey, there's no 15-pound dumbbells here. Like, I don't know where they are. Instead of like standing there and pointing to the other side of the gym, it would be, let's say the example, Dana, I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. And you're literally jogging to the other side of the gym to get the 15-pound dumbbells. You jog back. You're slightly out of breath. You said, here you go, Dana. Here are the 15-pound dumbbells. You know what? You know what we need? We need another set of 15-pound dumbbells on this side of the gym. I'm going to go ahead and order them right away. And it's like, to Dana, it's like, oh my God, like, I didn't expect that. Like, I just was asking where they were, but you are not only matching, you're exceeding the request or complaint. And I think Preston Lee talks about a maitre d' almost being like out of breath, like exacerbated with that it could happen in their restaurant. Like somebody doesn't have a drink, like a maitre d' in a suit's like literally running to go get it. And you're like, whoa, 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 you didn't have to do that. But automatically, like the client in that instance is like, wow, I'm really heard, I'm really understood, and they really give a shit because we did make the mistake. But what you do after you hear that you've made the mistake is, I think, what matters the most. And Ritz Carlton, it's the recovery, right? Like, what do you do from there? And the recovery was acknowledge with speed, gift the client. And what happened as a result was this client had never left us a Google review. And you could look it up. It's a recent one if you're listening to this. Um, and they left a absolutely glowing review about how we handled that complaint. And the funny thing is if we just left the complaint unread or didn't do anything about it, how many people are she going to tell negatively about our business? Probably a lot. Probably a lot. But now, how many people is she telling positively about the experience and how we handled her complaint? And the lesson is, it's like, don't avoid. Avoidance isn't a strategy. Like, put your big boy, big girl pants on, accept the complaint, have empathy for the complaint, and do something about it, especially if it's somebody that doesn't complain a lot. And even if it is somebody that complains a lot, understand that they might be the only one that has the courage to tell you to your face so you could actually affect change to it. So if you're listening to this and you're like, all right, well, like, what can I do to get ahead of some things? After this all happened, we do a feedback form for the gyms. It's fantastic. It's, definitely ask some loaded questions like, what do you want to see more of things that we would be willing to add, like a scheduling change, um, equipment that we're considering. Are you coming to our summer barbecue? Yes or no? Like, there's some loaded questions in it, but it's also like, what's your favorite exercise? Right? Like, how do we get more of people's favorite back onto the schedule? Um, what don't you like about the gym? Like, obviously there's some open-ended things, but when people can give feedback, feedback's that gift that you could actually acknowledge and close the loop on that. Hey, I read it and now I know a little bit more about you so that I could serve you better. So if you're not utilizing a feedback form, you absolutely should. Um, After that occurrence happened, I thought about it too of the people in the SYP program and the Business Strength Mastermind. I was like, man, we've never asked them for feedback. And on the heels of getting the great lesson in the gym, I was like, oh, it's time. And thank you to Adam. He finished a feedback form by like the end of the day, utilizing Go High Level, and we sent it out to the members of the Business of Strength. And if you're listening to this and you haven't done one yet, please do so. It helps improve your experience. And we've gotten some unbelievable feedback. I'm like, holy shit, what's taken me and what's taken us so long to just ask the question? And to put a bow on this episode, if you work in a service-based business of any kind, especially on a reoccurring model where you hope to see people this month and next, do me a favor, ask them for feedback, send a Google form, do a written piece of paper, do it on Go High Level, however you're going to do it, ask a few questions, and then deliver with the feedback and make sure people know about it and you acknowledge it. Feedback is a gift. Don't forget it. And I hope you got a lot out of today's tactical Business of Strength episode. I hope to see many of you at Weight Room Wealth June 4th and 5th. And have a great day. Thanks for listening.